fucking do it. Right? I am not threatening you at all. I'm promising you I'm fucking coming for you. Because we can prove that you're lying. And I'm going to put your fucking ass in jail. And I hope they fucking murder you in jail. They should murder you in jail. They should murder you on the street. They should murder you where you stand. They should murder you where you sleep. You mutate. You...
Meet Eric Brandt. He's a sweetheart, isn't he? This is the original fuck the cops guy. He's a resident of Denver. He's indigent. His job is basically going around and antagonizing the police. He's evidently been arrested more than 100 times. He is one of the penultimate, preeminent, auditors, First Amendment auditors. I don't even know that you can call him a First Amendment auditor. More like an activist, right? He's an activist.
Yeah, he's not a First Amendment auditor. He's a free speech activist, I guess. He doesn't really audit anything. But so this little tirade that he went on here was evidently against a judge. He was busted for giving some police officer a bird finger, and I think they got him for, disorderly conduct or something along those lines, and he's claiming that, the bird finger's free speech, and and what exactly the rant is against the judge, I'm not sure exactly. But anyway, terroristic threats against the judge, a felony. He's being held right now in Denver, and they got him on a $10,000 bond, which is Eric's a pretty smart guy. He knows what he can say and get away with. He knows what he can't say. He knows where that line is, and he often walks right up to the line. And but what I don't think that he gets, though, is that over time, if you walk up to that line, and even if you don't cross it, the system doesn't care. They're going to get you. They're going to get him. Right? And so this time I think he's just written a check that his ass can't cash, and he's probably going to get in serious trouble. I wouldn't expect that he's going to get out anytime soon. They've started a GoFundMe or PayPal or something to raise the bond for him. So there was supposed to be a hearing today to see if he is going to get out. I don't think they're going to have the money to get him out anytime soon. And, he's looking at, I want to say, 2 to 8 years and up to a $500,000 or $500,000 fine, something along those lines. Really big deal, You can't go around threatening judges, man. And even if you didn't personally threaten them, he didn't go say, I'm going to shoot you and myself or something along those lines. He's saying some pretty crazy stuff, and you can just dig back into the history of people who have done this kind of stuff. They get them. The government eventually gets you. You might get away with it for a while, but look at Jeffrey Winehouse, what they did to him, and who's that other guy, the young guy up in Alaska that was a free speech advocate, Second Amendment advocate, building his own militia. And these guys made some over-the-top statements and scared enough people that eventually the government gets you. They get you. So it wouldn't surprise me to think that Eric's not going to be back on the internet anytime soon. At least not walking around with this sign that says "fuck the cops" and doing his thing. He may get out and he may make a couple of videos, on his case, but he's got a hole that he's got to get himself out of right now. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, everything that Eric does is quality content for YouTube. It's going to be a shame he's one of the individuals that I follow more closely, just because every time he's on, he creates situations that are hilarious and entertaining. So let's keep an eye on it and see what happens. I'm pulling for him. I'm rooting for him. Obviously, he's doing God's work. It's just he's doing it with the devil's tongue. But anyway, if you don't know who Eric Brandt is, you're not going to be able to see any of his videos or anything right now because they've taken all of his channels down and hidden all of his content in an effort to preserve it while he's in jail, because evidently while these activists go to jail for short terms, the trolls and other jealous activists will come out of the woodworks and copyright strike their channels and do all kinds of crazy stuff to take them down, to just adds insult to injury, it seems. But maybe we'll get to see some more Eric Brandt here sometime in the near future. All right, well, cheers.